So in today's presentation, I am going to give you an overview of the University College London, and then I'm going to hand over to Andy, who will be able to give you information about the course International Pre-Masters, the IPM, the course structure and content, about our previous students and entry requirements and how to apply. UCL is one of the best universities in the world. We are currently ranked number 9 in the world by the QS World University Rankings, number 5 in Europe, and number 4 in the UK. The IPM is run by UCL and taught by UCL tutors. So if you join the IPM, you become a UCL student from day one, and you can take advantage of everything that UCL has to offer. And UCL, you join the UCL's international and friendly community. So in UCL, we have over 50,000 students from more than 150 countries. At postgraduate level, we offer over 650 degree programs. We have over 465,000 alumni in 190 countries. So we have a wide network of alumni around the world. We've had 33 Nobel laureates in the history of UCL, which we are very proud of. We have over 450 student clubs and societies. And we are number 1 student city in Europe by QS Best Student Cities. Of course, London is a very popular choice for international students. UCL is located in central London, in Bloomsbury. You see our logo there in this slide. And within 10 to 15 minutes walk, you will find famous landmarks or buildings, such as the British Museum, the British Library. There are several tube stations and then train stations as well. On the left-hand side of the slide, you see UCL East Campus. This is our new campus, although we've opened this East Campus a couple of years ago already. And there's also King's Cross and St Pancras Station, about 10 to 15 minutes walk from our main campus. And this is where Eurostar trains depart, so traveling to Europe is easy and convenient. In UCL, we have nearly 9,000 beds for students across 34 halls. And majority of accommodation is in Bloomsbury, but also some located in King's Cross, Camden, Victoria, Stratford. This is where our UCL East campus is, and also in Canary Wharf, and this is where School of Management is based. There's a mix of UCL accommodation, University of London accommodation, and also private provider halls. And there are a variety of building types, from purpose-built to Georgian terraces. And in 2025 and 26, in the last academic year, the accommodation fee ranged from £150 per week for a single room in Camden to £477 per week for a new build studio in King's Cross. IPM students will be guaranteed an offer for UCL accommodation if they submit their UCL accommodation application, which is separate to IPM application, by 10th of June 2026 and meet the eligibility criteria. So that's the overview of UCL. Now I'm going to hand over to Andy.
As Joshua said, my name is Andy Bones and I am the senior tutor on the IPM, and I'd like to talk to you about specifically the course itself. So, first question is, who is the IPM for? And the IPM is suitable for students who have an undergraduate degree that meets the academic requirements of their future degree. This course will not raise your GPA, so let me emphasize this. You must already meet the requirements for your future course. The future course, however, can be at any university. It does not have to be at UCL. It's for students who want to enhance their academic skills and or English. So the course can be used, or our grade can be used to meet the English language requirements for any course at UCL. And also some other universities may accept it as well, but that's obviously not in our control. It's beneficial for students who need time to take advantage of English language training, a discipline-specific focus, which I'll talk about later, but that's a unique part of our course, and support in completing their postgraduate application. So the kind of students it might be suitable for are simply students who want to be prepared for study in the UK, because study in the UK is really quite different to study in other countries. Also, we get students who have been out of education for some time. They've gone off, they've worked, and they want to return to education, and they find our course a very good way in. It's also a great course for students who are changing their subject. So they did their bachelor's degrees in one subject, they'll do their master's in a different subject, and our course can give you experience and advice about changing courses. And finally, we also get students who are not sure what they want to study for their master's degrees and want some experience and advice and time to think about. The aims of the IPM are really quite simple. We have three main aims. The first one is to obviously get you ready for postgraduate study, to make sure when you join your master's degrees, you know what to do and how to do it. But we'll also make sure you'll get onto a postgraduate course. We talk about this later, but we have a lot of success in this. Again, we cannot guarantee you a place at UCL, but we do have a lot of success in getting students into UCL. Ultimately, then, we hope to get you a better grade in your postgraduate study. And once more, we have a lot of success. Many of our students get distinctions at their masters. So let's talk about the first of those, getting you ready for postgraduate study. So we'll look at the course itself. The structure is we have three components. So the first one is English for academic purposes. Component 2 is research, argumentation, and criticality. And component 3 is discipline-specific research, argumentation, and criticality. So let's focus on those one by one. English for academic purpose is not a language course. Let's be clear about that. We are not teaching you English. You have probably studied English a lot already, but we do find our students improve their English a lot during the course, simply because they are living in the UK, speaking English every day, and are speaking English at a high level. So we develop your academic skills, and these are the skills that you expect. Writing, so writing essays and other texts such as reports, literature reviews, critiques, all the kinds of writing you will need at university. And reading, we read books and articles. We have one topic that we do for 2 or 3 months, and then we change topic, so that when you are reading, when you are writing, you're reading and writing about the same topic, and you can develop your ideas in those topics. Speaking, so taking part in group work, discussions, seminars, and presentations, again, on the same topic as the writing and reading. And finally, listening, getting the most of lectures. There are 2 parts to this. The first part is watching authentic lectures, again, on the same topic as the writing, reading, and speaking, and also just listening skills as well. You will have some language development. So we will improve your academic grammar and vocabulary, but this is largely through the reading and through correction of your work. So for most classes, we don't actually have a language class as such, a grammar class or a vocabulary class specifically, unless your teacher feels there's a need to do this. For the most part, then, as I said, our students just improve by using English and getting correction. And they do improve a lot over the 9 months. Finally, then, we want to develop your autonomy. This is so important for study in the UK. So you should work independently. And in the UK, this is expected of you. So you don't get people setting you today's homework and checking it. You are meant to organize your own time and your own study and take responsibility for that yourself. So we develop that. The second component is research, argumentation, and criticality. So this is learning how to think, not what to think. And I think this is a very interesting part of the course. So we'll develop your critical thinking, developing the skills of analysis and evaluation. So as I said before, we have one topic we discuss and read about and listen about for 2 or 3 months. And therefore, you can develop your ideas, have discussions about those topics, develop answers to research questions. And through this, we develop your critical thinking. Reflection. What this means is thinking deeply about your experience. And this means that you can become a lifelong learner. So we don't want you to stop learning when you finish the course. We want you to be able to teach yourself. And the important part of doing that is thinking about your experience. And finally, research, a very important part of the course. So you carry out a library-based research project using the advanced tools and techniques available. You have access to all the same facilities that all UCL students have. So the library and the computer facilities, principally. And you will carry out a library-based research. We start in the first term, and you develop a research question over time, and then you answer the question and you write an essay in answer to the question. So this is across the whole course. The essay you submit in the 3rd term. And this is very carefully staged. So we take you through the stages and we give you support, lots of support to do this. You learn many things doing this. You learn about your subject because the topic you choose is chosen by you. So you will choose something related to your future degree. You learn critical thinking, writing, reading, research skills, etc. Finally, there is a discipline-specific research, argumentation, and criticality. And our students very much enjoy this because you'll explore the expectations and practices within your discipline. So we put you in a class suitable for your future study. We teach you how to operate as a student and the academic literacies needed within that field. So, for example, in business, you might practice group presentations or writing business reports. In law, you might look at common law and case reports. I know the law class has a lot of vocabulary because law has a lot of vocabulary. There's so many specialized words. In medical and life sciences, you might learn about communicating to non-specialists. So looking a bit more at that C3, these are the options available. The classes we open, of course, depend on the students we get, and we will make sure there is always a class suitable for you. So, for example, this year we have a single economics student, so we have a class with one student in. These classes are not teaching you the subject. Obviously, you'll be reading and discussing the subject, so you will learn something, but that is not the aim. The teachers are IPM teachers. They are academic skills tutors. They are not experts in the subject. However, they are experts in the academic literacies of the subject. So they will be able to help you develop your skills in that subject. Having said that we're not actually experts in these subjects, I think that's maybe exaggerating, because, for example, the economics and finance, I teach that. I have a master's degree in economics. Our science, technology and engineering class is taught by a tutor who has a PhD in maths education. Our law class is taught by an ex-lawyer who also taught at Oxford. These are all IPM people, but we're just lucky that we have a range of experience amongst our teachers on the IPM. So this is our timetable. So in the mornings, you will have a 2-hour class every day. This is just a traditional class. And in the afternoons, you will have study groups 3 days a week. And these groups are organized by the students. So we put the students in groups, and after that, you organize when you will meet and how you will meet. So there are no teachers involved. We give you tasks to do, and the tasks are related to the morning classes. And our students very much enjoy this because they find it quite supportive to work with other students. It's also a very good experience for future study, where group work is more and more required on master's degrees, and it's good experience for work in future. And finally, we have guided self-study, basically traditional homework. So this is again related to the classes and the study groups. So everything's connected. You're always preparing for a future class or following up on a past class. Finally, my favorite part of the course, personal tutorials. It's my favorite because I really enjoy doing these, and the students also enjoy it a lot. So for 30 minutes every week, you will meet a tutor, and you will meet the same tutor every week across the course. And in that time, you can discuss your study, your university applications, your projects, and anything else that's on your mind, in fact. So this is a great way to support you. And we find that, of course, we get to know each other quite well, and it can be quite relaxed and pleasant. That's our timetable. So let's move on to the second of our aims, which is to get you onto a postgraduate course. And we have a number of ways we can help you do this. Again, just to remind you, we do not promise you a place at UCL. You must make a separate application. But to help you do this, we will help you through those tutorials. And you can, we have specific tutorials, in fact, set aside for discussing your applications. We have a specialist education advisor, and I think he is quite possibly the best in the country and the best in the world, because he has been with us for a very long time. He has a lot of knowledge and a lot of contacts with the universities, and his only job is helping students with their applications. And he does a wonderful job. We'll offer help with writing your personal statement. In fact, It's a compulsory homework if you don't already have a university offer. So we set you the task, we give you feedback. You can also send it to the education advisor for more advice. We give you experience through component 3. So particularly also the research project. This is great because it gives you something to talk about in interviews and on your personal statement. It gives you experience in your subject. We also give you time to discuss and explore. As I said, some of our students haven't quite decided what they want to do. And we can help you think about that. The course starts at the end of September. Deadlines for masters are generally near the end of March. So you do have time to explore and think. Finally, of course, you're on a preparation course. Obviously, I can't promise that this will help with your application, but I'm sure it doesn't harm your application to, when you apply, to say, I'm preparing for my master's degrees. I'm going to be very well prepared when I arrive. So the IPM gives you an insider's perspective. As Yoshi mentioned, you are full members of UCL. You have access to everything that every other student has. It gives you academic confidence and independence. Our students always tell us this. When they go on to their master's degrees, they talk about how confident they are and ready and prepared. It gives you this discipline-specific focus. It is a truly international experience. We have this year 26 students, and we have 16 different nationalities represented. So you will definitely meet people from all over the world, and this is something our students very much enjoy. We give you the very expert university application support, and we give you ways to make your application stand out through your personal statement. And finally, it is an intimate and supporting course. We are small. We all know each other. We're all working together all the time. You meet the other students. You meet us. We know you. You know us. And it is a very friendly atmosphere. And we've had a lot of success. Even though we don't guarantee progression to UCL, 75% of our students last year went to UCL, and 14 went to another Russell Group university. It's important to say not everybody applied to UCL. Sometimes UCL didn't quite offer the course they wanted. 4% went to another UK university, and 7% didn't reply to our email, so we don't know where they went. But I think 75% is a very high number, and we're very proud of that. So to apply, you submit an online application form via the IPM website. It's quite a simple form. Remember to include all your supporting documents. We'll talk about that in a moment. Our admission team will review your application, and they will inform you. It says usually within 2 to 3 weeks. It's usually quite a bit faster than that. And if we give you an offer, you can accept your offer and confirm your place by paying £2,750. The supporting documents are a statement of purpose, which is you write on the application form. This is an important part of the application. It tells us why you're interested, why you're suitable, and how the IPM fits your plans. It is not an interview. It's not a test. We just want to make sure that the course is suitable for you, so that to see that you understand the course, and the course is the right thing for you. So this is really for your benefit, not for ours. So in your statement, explain to us how you think the course is going to help you. The English in the statement is not assessed, of course, because we will have your IELTS or TOEFL or other English language score. You'll need to provide academic transcripts and a degree certificate. So at some point, you will need to provide us with a document that shows us your final grade. Of course, that can be a transcript or a certificate if it has the final grade on it. But please send us any transcripts you have when you apply. Obviously, evidence of the English level, TOEFL or IELTS, a copy of your passport, and if you have an offer to study a master's degree, please send us that. It's very helpful. Note that we can actually ask for your master's degree to be deferred. So if you have an offer for next year and you want to do the IPM, then that can be deferred to 2027. So our English language requirements, basically IELTS 5.5. And our academic requirements are a minimum of a lower second-class degree, a 2-2 or equivalent, or an offer for a postgraduate degree at UCL or another Russell Group university. Because, of course, if they are happy with your academic level, then, of course, we are happy with your academic level. We have two kinds of offer we can give you. The first is an unconditional offer. So this means you have met the academic and English language requirements. And once you've paid your fee, that means you are guaranteed a place on our course. We also give conditional offers. So you must have met our English language requirement. So we give conditional offers only to students who have IELTS 5.5 or above. But you may not yet have met your academic requirement. We know that some of you are still studying on your bachelor's degree, so you don't actually have a grade to give us. But we can offer you a place just based on your English language requirement. And then when you complete your degree, if you have a 2-2 or above, then you can join the IPM. But of course, you need to show us that you do have a 2-2 or above. These are the unfortunately high costs of living in London, but it is a great city to live in.